Social media. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, and many more social platforms consume our attention every day. Have you ever noticed when you are in an awkward situation, you tend to pull out your phone? For example, when you are waiting for your class to start, you tend to pull out your phone instead of interacting with the people around you. Right? Why is that? How does making our phones our first choice affect us?
Well, cell phone use like social media and texting helps draw our attention elsewhere rather than interacting with those around us. Going onto our phones is typically more often than expected. Research from Social Media Use 2018 Demographics and Statistics by Aaron Smith and Monica Anderson report that 82% of Snapchat users ages 18 to 24 say they use the platform daily, with 71% indicating that they use it multiple times per day. Similarly, 81% of Instagram users in this age group visit the platform on a daily basis, with 55% reporting that they do so several times per day. To summarize, author Jeff Stibel from his article Why You're Addicted to Your Phone and What to Do About It says the reason why people make phones their first choice is due to the initial feeling they get out of it. A hormone called dopamine is released for those who use their phones, which often causes an addiction-like reaction of going onto cell phones. We asked Ohlone college students about their cell phone usage to get a more intimate feel about the topic. Would you consider all your mutual followers as friends?
Some of them, not all, maybe like 80% of them.
Do you think liking statuses or photos on people is the same as interacting with them?
No, it just means I can double tap.
On those platforms, would you consider all your mutual followers as friends?
No, not all of them, just a small percentage. Maybe out of the hundreds that I have, just a handful.
And do you think liking statuses or photos of people is the same as interacting with them?
Honestly, yeah. Because when I like the photo and if I ever get to see them, I'll be like, hey, that was a good pic. Yeah.
Cell phone usage can result in many false interactions with other people. In other words, we lose that connection to nonverbal cues. According to the article, How Fake Friendships on Social Media Get in Your Way of Real Friendships, author Heather Poole says, social media causes us to have this false feeling of intimacy and closeness with people we know nothing about. Scrolling through our friends list, we all think we know the person we are connected to online.
By having this lost connection with people, it can have a serious result on one's communication skills and, in general, face-to-face interactions with people. As said, replacing face-to-face communication with cell phones and social media can decrease your communication skills because you become more accustomed to only communicating through texting, emails, DMs, and Snapchatting. This presents harm to necessary skills needed in the workforce, such as communication skills, due to the lack of practicing the dexterity needed to communicate.
Now, why is this important? Well, research says face-to-face interaction gives you the chance to create bonds with people. It allows you to be your true self and express emotions only capable of being seen in real-life interactions. Having these connections builds a foundation of a trusting, credible relationship. And it makes you retain parts of people that make them human, such as loyalty, credibility, builds meaningful connections with people valuable to our lives, and the necessary aptitude needed to thrive in the workforce. In English, put down your cell phone and talk to your friends or peers because it'll help develop your communication skills.
Next time you find yourself reaching for your phone to scroll meaninglessly through Instagram, try engaging with your peers to help better your communication skills. By doing this, you are allowing yourself to be open to many opportunities and gives you a grasp on reality. This is creating an experience of emotion and feelings that are impossible to experience over the phone.